She was my fiancée, but always had an excuse. Until I took a week off, lived my truth, and posted everything she ever skipped online. Now her followers are gone, and I've walked away for good. I, 29, male, finally reached my limit with my fiancée, Zoe, 27, last weekend. We had been together for just over 2 years, and I was done pretending that her free spirit lifestyle was anything other than just pure selfishness. For a long time, I tried to believe it was just who she was, that her spontaneity, her energy, her constant desire for freedom made her unique. But eventually, I realized that what everyone else called magical was actually exhausting when you were the one trying to build a life with her. Zoe's the kind of woman people notice right away. She's gorgeous, she's artistic, and her Instagram followers, over 15,000 of them, seem to worship her. Her page is filled with sunset photos, long flowy dresses, and quotes about living wild and free. She talks about not being caged by society, about chasing vibes, about listening to the universe. She works a few hours a week at a boutique yoga studio and sells photography prints online. Honestly, she makes decent money doing it, and for a while, I thought it was also inspiring. When we first met, I was captivated. She seemed so different from anyone I'd ever dated before. Passionate, creative, full of surprises. She'd show up to my place late at night with Thai food just because she felt the pull. She'd plan random adventures. Like that one time she drove us 3 hours just to watch the sunrise from a mountaintop. In the beginning, it felt like I was living inside one of her Instagram posts. Beautiful, chaotic, and full of emotion. But after 6 months, I started seeing it more clearly. Zoe was only spontaneous when it benefited her. When I tried to make plans, real plans, things were different. The past year has been one big collection of letdowns. My birthday dinner? She showed up over 2 hours late because she got caught up in a crystal shop. My company holiday party that I asked her to come to 3 weeks in advance? She canceled last minute because Luna invited her to a drum circle. My nephew's baptism? She said she couldn't handle organized religion energy that day. And the worst part? I kept making excuses for her. I kept telling myself she didn't mean to hurt me, that this was just who she was. I stopped planning anything concrete. I started preparing myself for disappointment. My friends gave her a nickname, Maybe Zoe, because whether she'd show up to anything was always a big maybe. Still, I tried. I kept hoping one day she'd surprise me. That one day, she'd choose us over her need to float through life. Last month, I thought I'd finally done something she'd say yes to. My best friend, Rashid, was getting married out of state, and I was one of the groomsmen. I asked Zoe to be my +1. I bought her plane ticket, reserved a nice hotel, and she even seemed excited about it. She picked out a dress and told me she was looking forward to a weekend away together. I thought this time she'd really show up for me. But Friday afternoon, as I was packing my suit, I got the text. Babe, I'm so sorry, but I can't do this. Weddings just feel so conformist to me right now. Plus, Mercury's in retrograde. You understand, right? Follow your truth. I just sat there, staring at my phone. 2 years of this. 2 years of smiling through it. 2 years of saying, it's okay. She's just different. I texted back, of course, do what feels right. And then I went to the wedding alone. I explained to everyone that Zoe couldn't make it. Smiled through the awkward faces, laughed at the jokes, tried to act like everything was fine. I gave my speech. I danced. I took pictures with the other groomsmen. I did my best not to let it show how tired I was of being the only one trying in this relationship. But the next morning, while I was sitting in my hotel room scrolling through Instagram, I saw her post. Some people are just meant to be free spirits. Can't cage this butterfly. It was a photo of her laughing at a beach bonfire with a bunch of people I didn't know. The timestamp? 2 a.m. While I was giving a toast at a wedding she said felt too conformist, she was out partying on the beach. Not a word about missing me. Not a thought about where she was supposed to be. I left a comment. Couldn't agree more. She liked it. Replied with, knew you'd understand, babe. This is why we work. That was it. That was the moment something inside me shifted completely. Zoe, in her wild little way, had just given me permission. She had no idea that her words were exactly what I needed. Not to forgive her, but to set myself free. What she didn't know was that I was already at my limit. That her text about skipping the wedding wasn't just another disappointment. It was my sign. Her bonfire post? That was my green light. I had 6 vacation days saved up, and for the first time in 2 years, I didn't go back to work Monday morning. I made a call, told my boss there was a family emergency. He understood. Then I did something Zoe never expected. I turned off my phone, packed a bag, and decided to become a free spirit too. I didn't head to a beach or a music festival like she would've. I didn't need crystals or retrogrades or some cosmic excuse to escape my life. I just needed peace. I booked a quiet lodge up north, deep in the mountains, where there was no signal, no buzzing notifications, no vibe chasers. I spent my days hiking, writing in a journal, taking long baths, and reading actual books, not just screens. I breathed like I hadn't breathed in months. And as the silence settled, I realized how loud her chaos had always been. By the 3rd day, I was ready. Not for revenge. I didn't want to hurt her. I just wanted her to see what it felt like, to feel what it was like being on the other side. So I opened a new Instagram account, one with no filters, no hashtags, no quotes about the moon's energy, just the truth. I started posting clips and pictures from the last year, moments where she'd said she'd be somewhere and never showed. I had screenshots of conversations where she promised to come, videos of me alone at events, my birthday table with an empty seat across from me, a selfie at my sister's graduation with the caption, "She was supposed to be here." I posted one a day. Nothing rude, nothing aggressive, just facts, just a timeline of absences. I called the account Present But Alone. Within a few days, people started sharing it. Some thought it was performance art. Others thought it was a statement on modern relationships. But then someone recognized Zoe. And then another. Soon, the comments started to shift. Wait, isn't this the fiancé of that travel photographer? Didn't she just post something about needing space? Wow, this is so one-sided. He's always alone. I didn't respond. I didn't tag her. I just let the silence speak. Meanwhile, Zoe was still posting her regular stuff. Dancing in forests, smiling with friends, typing out "love is boundless" captions as if nothing was wrong. But the comments on her page started to change. They weren't mean, just curious. Is everything okay with you too? Wasn't there a wedding you skipped? You talk about freedom a lot, but what about commitment? That's when she called me. I didn't pick up. She texted next. "Babe, what's going on? Why are people commenting weird stuff on my posts?" I replied with a link to the account. She left me on read. A few hours later, she called again. This time I answered. Her voice was shaky, like she was holding back tears. "Why are you doing this?" I stayed calm. "I'm not doing anything. I'm just posting what happened." She got defensive fast. "You're embarrassing me. People are attacking me." I let out a long breath. "Zoe, for 2 years, I let you embarrass me. I showed up alone so many times, made excuses for you, smiled through it. I'm not attacking you. I'm just showing what life looked like from my side." She went quiet. Then she said something I'll never forget. "I didn't think you were hurting that much." Exactly. She didn't think. She never did. That night, she deleted half her posts. The next day, she made her account private. By the end of the week, she'd lost hundreds of followers. The image she worked so hard to build, the wild, free, enlightened goddess, had cracked. Because the truth doesn't care about aesthetic. And people can spot a pattern of abandonment when it's laid out in front of them. She sent me one final message a few days later. "I wish you'd just talk to me." I replied, "I did. You just didn't show up to listen." And that was it. I didn't block her. I didn't make a scene. I just walked away from the noise, from the excuses, from the woman who claimed to love me, but never showed up for me. Now, months later, I've closed that account too. I didn't make it to ruin her. I made it to remind myself that I wasn't crazy, that my hurt was real, that I had tried. And now that I've let go, I feel lighter than I ever did with her. Some people say love is about accepting each other. Maybe that's true, but it's also about showing up. Again and again, especially when it's inconvenient. Zoe wanted to float through life, so I let her drift away. And I finally put my feet on solid ground. Like the story? Tap like, hit subscribe, and stick around for more true stories that hit where it hurts and heal where you need it most.